Hi, entrepreneurs and working class. Welcome to another episode of the Real Talk podcast, proudly brought to you by CMAX. Here with me is an amazing and beautiful lady, of course, one pretty damsel. And thankfully, I have the privilege and the honor to co-host this show with you today. So here with me is
Naomi, good morning everyone. Good morning, Jules.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are coming across this video, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm
How have you
fine.
been?
Good.
We've come this far. Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Such a milestone
nice.
covered.
Right?
Yeah.
So we are currently going to be analyzing a dynamic topic in our country today. Something that cut across all facets of life. Of course, it literally affects everybody in one way or the other, and that brings us to today's topic, which is entrepreneurship or full-time employment. Would you prefer to be an entrepreneur, or would you prefer to be a 9 to 5
5
So this thing is just two ways: running your own business or working for someone. So yeah.
Some people believe that business is the only path to freedom. Why some people enjoy the freedom that comes with the steady life that comes with a 9 to 5. So, but like we'll be digging both parts today: the freedom to that comes with entrepreneurship, and the steady life that comes with the structure of a regular job. So, which brings us to the first question today: can everyone be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, can everyone be an entrepreneur? Really?
Can everyone? Can
Come to
everyone?
think of it, can everyone be an entrepreneur? Of course, no, definitely not. Everyone cannot be an entrepreneur. Everyone cannot be in the same field.
What makes
You
you
get?
think so? Because
we are meant to diversify.
okay.
You get?
Mm-hmm.
We are meant to explore. We are meant to enjoy. So if everybody become an entrepreneur, so who will be in the structured environment to work?
Okay, you saying that we are meant to diversify. I think it is pushing more towards the entrepreneurship lifestyle, because you can only diversify when you are in the entrepreneurship lifestyle, because you get to make your own choices. You get to think about what works for you, how you manage your time, and how much you put out in your business, and the expectations that are there for you to, the revenues you make back, knowing fully well that they will be for you and you alone.
Okay,
In
when
the
I talk about
entrepreneurship life.
diversifying, I meant different professions.
Okay.
Because if everybody is to become an entrepreneur, so in the medical sector, who will be there treating you?
D-
Who will take care of our health? In the
Okay.
financial sector, who will take care of the money you are generating as an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur.
Who is structuring this? So literally everybody cannot be an entrepreneur. It's not even possible, and it's not even advisable in any economic, either mixed economic or any economic. It's not even advisable for everybody to be an entrepreneur, because we need different persons in different sectors.
Okay.
In the agricultural field, who are supposed to be there? In the medical sector, who are supposed to be there? In the banking industry, who are supposed to be there? Legally, in the courts, who are supposed to be there?
The truth is that everybody cannot be an
Yeah.
entrepreneur, yeah.
Yeah,
But
sure.
there should be people in the medical sector, the people in the banking, and all the things you've mentioned so far. But like, as a regular person, as a common person, that you are looking for, like, you're thinking of how to better your life, the way forward. Entrepreneurship should work for you. That is the first thing that should come to your mind, because if you choose to work in the part of a 9 to 5, and you are being paid 100,000 naira monthly, and somebody that chooses to work in the part of entrepreneurship lifestyle, and the person will invest, and the revenues you make back in a month will be more than what your mates that just chose to follow that 9 to 5 parts of life, like, your revenues will be higher.
Well,
so it doesn't make sense.
Well, permit me to disagree, politely disagree,
Okay.
because I think I will still have I still have a thing for 9 to 5 because first it guarantees you a constant paycheck.
What if you're being sacked along the line?
Yo, sure. What if you're being sacked along the line?
Yes, because you stand the risk of being sacked anytime.
The risk is both ways. If you're an entrepreneur, let's say if you're an entrepreneur, there's also risk of your business crashing. Okay. That's the risk of 9 to 5ers being stuck. So it's 2 ways, right?
And you
but
bounce
from 9
back.
to 5ers, you bounce back in business.
Yes, you bounce. You cannot crash entirely unless you just
and your capital, everything
will just crash. No, there's no way.
It is possible. But for 9 to 5ers, if you get sacked, of course you have the skill, you have the experience, you have the papers. You could easily pick another job as well.
If you as a person, if you as a Nigerian youth have chosen to work in the part of a 9 to 5 and you keep applying for a particular job and you are not getting it, you stand the risk of being unemployed for a very long time.
Yeah,
do you get? But as an entrepreneur, any money that enters your hand, you'll be like, okay, I'm a businessman. What can I do with this money?
How consistent is that money going to be entering your hand?
But at least you are sure of getting something within months. It might not be millions, but
that's for 9
thousands
to 5ers.
will be entering.
It's 9 to 5ers that are sure. If I'm a 9 to 5er, I'm sure
that's if they are being employed. If they are eventually employed.
When we are talking about 9 to 5ers, we are talking about people that are already employed now. People that are picking the job, that are already going. They are on a current job,
if you're looking
which is
on
9
that,
to 5, and there's an entrepreneur which is also running a business as well.
If you're looking at that side, you should still be looking, because there are lots of people out there that have made up their mind that they are not going to be entrepreneurs, because this is directing towards convincing people that don't already have what they are doing, like the path they should choose. You get? So let's not just fully focus on the people that are already working. Yes, they are already working because they're already working.
Okay, for those like kind of seeking an advice on what path to choose. Yeah, that's to go into business. Now, when you think of being an entrepreneur, being an entrepreneur is broad. You have to be a risk taker. Because if you're a risk avoider, you cannot explore the entrepreneurial world. You cannot do very well as an entrepreneur, because the first thing that comes into your mind: will this profit me? Will I make this profit? What's the sustainability of this business? When you check all that and you find out that you don't have a guarantee to these things you are doing, the energy, the passion you put in will not be matching. But as a 9 to 5er, you are on this job, and this job is paying this amount. Let's say, for instance, an average of 500,000 naira, that a job is paying you 500,000 naira. Consistently, whatever it is, by 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st of every month, this money is coming in.
It's not every 9 to 5 workers that are being paid 500,000. For you to be paid 500K.
I'm just using that as an average.
I know. Because somebody that is listening to us now might be like, okay, they actually do pay 9 to 5 workers 500K. This
do pay $1 million.
Look at the highlights. Probably I should go for this. No, some of them start with 50K a month. Some of them 70K a month. Is that how you choose to survive as a Nigerian, as a youth that really wants your future to be bright? No. And also, when you're doing a 9 to 5, your time is being managed. You must give them your time, you must give them your dedication. Literally all your youth is being given to them. You don't even have life for your own, your personal, to handle your personal businesses and all. You just dedicate your time to them. They boss you around and they pay you chicken money. It's only when you've climbed to that level of when they've promoted you to a certain level that you'll be able to be earning good pay when you're working.
Even as an entrepreneur, because you might feel like you have the freedom of time to control yourself and do what works for you. But as a startup too, you cannot leverage on, I have all the time, I have enough time to work at my own pace, whatever I want to do. There is a level of commitment that you will give that you won't even have time for yourself, because you're just building up. So you might even have to put in more hours than a 9 to 5. You
get to make choices for yourself.
Choices that you are not even so sure of. Do you get? Now the thing is, you are feeling you have the time to work on yourself, but you are just starting. You will need enough time to grow. You will need a lot of commitment into it. So at the end of the day, the time you're even using to input into your business is even more than the 9 to 5ers. 9 to 5ers works for 8 hours a day. right? 9 to 5, that's just 8 hours.
And they will be exhausted. They work at their work that the little time they have to themselves, they don't even, like, they use it to sleep and rest.
If you are up by 5 a.m. and get yourself ready, Lagos is out of it. Apologies to Lagosians, but Lagos is out of it.
You know, they don't like being mentioned. Please, I don't want issues. They don't like being mentioned. If anything Lagosians, they'll be like, why are you calling us? They want to fight you.
Lagosians are out of
Please.
this.
Okay.
But a 9 to 5 in every other state, probably that if you are up by 5 a.m., 4 a.m., put yourself together, get to work by, you should be able to do something for yourself from the moment you're up 5 to 8 o'clock.
Do something for yourself.
Out. Yes.
For yourself by 4.
For yourself by 5 before you leave the house.
Okay.
So if you're 9 to 5, at least you should be out of your house by 8 o'clock.
You're always mentally exhausted. You can't do anything for yourself.
They're mentally exhausted when the workload is not properly managed. But you're working a structured environment, a structured organization. I feel the people that should be even mentally exhausted should be entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs should be more mentally exhausted than 9 to 5ers. Because you are thinking, you are giving all your best, everything you want to into this business. Nobody will manage it for you. Nobody will come to your head.
Some entrepreneurs, they don't even work alone. They do a partnership. They used to gather themselves together and like try to set up something, making it easier for themselves. They make it easier for themselves. Like, if you feel,
by the time you bring in a partner into it, you are likely not going to have that flexibility of time for yourself the way you will be working for yourself, because at that point you're not managing only your own finance.
You're still working for yourself.
Like, you're not working for yourself again.
See,
you have a partner.
It's being owned by you. You are just you're just like, you're partaking in it. Like, you're bringing in your own money, and another person bring, like, the people are just sharing ideas and like trying to like make something out of this. So you still have time for yourself. You're the CEO. People can decide, oh, we meet up on Tuesday, we meet up on Wednesday. But like, as a 9 to 5, you don't have time for that. You wake up, you go to work.
As an entrepreneur, do you know when people will need your services? That, let's say you're a designer.
Okay.
And then a designer will need your services for the night, whole of the night, or very early in the morning. So you don't even have time for yourself. You don't have a structured time. Unlike a 9 to 5ers, I know by 9 o'clock I should be in this place. By 5 p.m. I'm out of this place. It works for me. I know by this time you will not find me any other place. But an entrepreneur, you will just be in your house. Maybe you want to sleep, and a customer is calling, a client is calling you. Please, can I get so by this time? Can I get? You did not even plan for it to. Boom, you're out of your house.
I have a question for you, 9 to 5ers. You know what I'm saying? Do you think you can grow wealthy in Nigeria? Like, do you think you can be wealthy in Nigeria as a 9 to 5er?
Now, growing wealth as a 9 to 5er is not certain. That's because you cannot really, when we talk about wealth, you really cannot even grow wealth with just one source of income.
But as a 9 to 5er, if you're working with a particular company, you're being expected to be loyal. You cannot work in. You can't do another business. If I own a company, or like I'm a body, I employ you as a 9 to 5er.
Yeah.
You give me your time. You don't have time for yourself. You don't have time to own another business unless you do it secret, like in secret.
Just like you said now, I can be a 9 to 5er and partner with you, an entrepreneur.
Okay, and partner with me
as an entrepreneur
that employed you.
No. You're talking about an entrepreneur, not running the business just by one person. Do you get it? Like, you have others that works with you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like, you made a point. So I'm like, you said a 9 to 5er can own another business, right?
Yeah, can partner with an entrepreneur
and run another business.
Yeah.
If let me just say I'm a body, I employed you in my company and you're working for me as a 9 to 5er, and I find out that you are working for somebody else, or you are doing another business outside. You know, the essence, some people, their aims, you know, companies used to have their aims and visions, and you don't work for somebody else. If you are working for me, you are working for me.
It's not work, financial investment. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Do you get?
With which money? The 100K they're paying you from, that I'm paying you as a 9 to 5er that just started. Is that what you use and partner?
I think let's set the dynamics here, because 9 to 5ers depends on the structure, depend on the grades, depend on the skill set you have, because there are 9 to 5ers that are earning over $1 million in Nigeria monthly.
those are government. You know, government officials are 9 to 5 hours.
Not even.
All your politician, all those politicians, your governor, they're public servants.
9 to 5 hours, but when we bring in politicians into this contest,
those are the ones that earn that million you just mentioned.
Yeah, not their basic salary. Of course,
they earn more, right?
Not their basic salary, but just their own.
Exactly,
good.
They earn a lot because they are politicians.
Okay.
Not like a normal. Let's see, come down to a common man that is working as a 9 to 5. Do you think they can actually amount to something with that salary they are making from that and they are being paid? Like, I get a job now and they say they will pay me 200K for a month, and you start up a business, and Julius, you are making 500K from like as a profit from the business you started, or like 300K. Do you think with what and the money you're even earning is not even in a month, probably in a week, maybe with 2 or 3 products that you sold, you already made your profit from that. And me, I will wait for one good month before I'm being paid that 200K.
But do you understand that
I pay for transport, pay for my food.
Good. Do you understand that this money you're making every month, or as an entrepreneur, does not come often? There are months that you make millions, then you cannot go the next 2 months without even making sales up to $1 million. So what happens?
But you make sales.
You make sales.
You always make sales that is more than what a 9 to 5 is earning in a month.
You can't say that. Really, you can't say that. There are ups and downs in businesses. Hope you know. There are periods that you could really make so good, so well in your business. When there are times that you just start doubting yourself, this business I'm doing, are you even sure I can sustain myself for this month? But what I'm saying for 9 to 5ers is that come what may, you know that at the end of the month, you're having this amount. But I'm not even saying that anyway, because 9 to 5ers, even that month you are making at the end of the month, before the first or second week of the next month,
you already spent
it's exhausted.
You will spend it on your transport.
And
you
then
will spend.
when we talk about company policies on deduction of salaries and all that you know that even if you're earning 200K a month, 1 or 2 little mistakes here and
they're
there,
already deducted. And sometimes they delay your salaries.
There's also delay of salary too, that at the end of the month you find out that you get enough companies that enough colleagues, friends actually, that get their pay almost second week of the next month. Do you get? Second week of the new month, that's when you get your pay. So how are you expected to sustain yourself within this? So at the end of the day, you really cannot even grow wealth as a 9 to 5ers if that is your only source of income.
That's
really
it.
cannot grow wealth.
9 to 5
Except when we are talking
wealth.
about different levels of this working class. Do you get that? Okay, shell workers and the likes, that you know this is the level of your income monthly. You can, but these things are all career
even
paths.
as a shell worker,
But this is our career path. Do you know the truth is that as a 9 to 5er, you start somewhere and you grow until you are able to make wealth and diversify that your wealth to make other financial investments before you be able to sustain that wealth. As an entrepreneur as well, you really also have to give yourself time to grow. You cannot just start a business this month and in the next 6 months you're already booming. You give yourself some years, and within these years you are the kind of instability the country actually is, the kind of instability we face in the country will make you doubt if you can even really make ends meet as an entrepreneur.
That's where consistency comes in, believing in yourself. See, you know, you mentioned the shell people earning a lot of money and all. You know, there are entrepreneurs that earn more than those shell people that you're mentioning. They've grown, and this growth that I'm talking about is not even a growth that happened like within 10 years. I mean, this growth came in like 2 years. You know, have you heard of Billard?
Yeah.
He's an entrepreneur. He started little. There's another one too. Another guy, his name is Only One King. These guys, they are young. The way they made their money.
Would you call Billard an entrepreneur?
He is.
Or a 9 to 5er?
He's not a 9 to 5er. He employs people. He's an entrepreneur.
In a structured
that business
organization.
is his own.
In a structured organization.
He made it for himself.
So now entrepreneurs are the one employing 9 to 5ers.
They will employ you. You work for them. They will give you chicken change, and you cannot use. In as much as everybody cannot be entrepreneurs, but like you can't beat entrepreneur over 9 to 5. Like entrepreneurship will always beat. Come what may. Dangote today, Dangote this, Dangote. He's an entrepreneur, sure, and he's employing people now to work for him.
Yeah.
None of his employers can make more money than him that employed them. Nobody. So if you really want to be wealthy in this society, if you really want to be very, very rich and not stoop to I'm looking for money to eat though, I'm looking for money to rent house and like buy clothes for myself, you have to step outside that 9 to 5 and like look for something for yourself. Unless you're a doctor, unless you're a lawyer, banker.
Even if you're a doctor, even if you are a doctor, even if you're a banker, even if you're a lawyer, yeah, all these things you cannot really generate the entire wealth you need, like a sustainable wealth for a lifetime, and for other generations to come. Because 9 to 5ers actually, it's just quite a lot. Just quite a lot, because I felt it was in the this category of 9 to 5ers are literally just working to feed, to take care of basic amenities, just take care of their basic needs that can sustain themselves. You cannot say as a 9 to 5er you could leave a job and stay a year without working and still sustain yourself. It takes a lot. Well, Jaris, it takes a lot.
Somebody asked me this question one time. He was like, would you prefer earning 300k monthly or 2 million monthly? Which do you prefer? And of course, you know that the 300k monthly is like it's on the side of entrepreneurship, and yes, and the 2 million monthly is on a structured 9 to 5 this thing. So now I'm pushing this question to you: would you prefer to like earn 300k monthly or 2 million monthly? Which one do you prefer?
300k monthly.
No, sorry. Would you prefer to earn 300k daily or 2 million monthly? Which do you prefer?
Of course, I am going for 300k daily.
So you're on my side. Entrepreneurship beats every day. Because for you to make 300k every day, you're an entrepreneur.
What's the assurance that this money is flowing in every day? 300k every single day.
You must have created that pathway for that source of income.
That level,
for you to even make 2 million.
The level you will be for you to be creating 300,000 daily. As a 9 to 5ers, I will have also climbed to that level of where I should be making not even 4 million, even a month.
It's not 4 million.
It's possible.
It's not possible.
Calculate.
It's not. See,
entrepreneur,
you cannot.
3 million.
It's
3 million
it's never
times
on
30 days.
See,
how much is that?
It's never on the same. It's never on the same level.
So
if you're saying 4 million now, you'll be like, okay, let's say 1 million daily. People make 1 million daily.
Yeah, people make 5 million, 6 million monthly in Nigeria. Gerard.
Politicians now.
Not politicians.
Who
not
now?
Politicians.
Who makes
9 to 5ers?
5 million and 6 million monthly?
Come on now. Yeah.
Who are you working for? Under which company?
Have you seen share workers?
Share workers, monthly.
Have you seen share workers? Have you seen oil company workers? Even people in banking sectors, directors. There are people that are making 6 to 5
as their salary.
Yes,
as their salary.
Because for you to
must
be making,
know your level.
Let's say.
I will not even argue that because I'm not sure.
Times 30 days. How much is that? That's like 9 million.
Okay.
9 million.
As an entrepreneur, it's
more
too
than.
It's too little. It's too little.
It's more than 9 million.
It's
Then
too little.
what level will you have grown to that level that me in the professional sector or growing my career won't have gotten to that level of also making
everybody in the 9 to 5 can never get to that level. So you can't advise everybody to go into 9 to 5 because there are people.
All entrepreneurs too cannot also get to that level.
But they will make money for themselves. That will be enough for them to set up themselves.
You know how much 9 to 5ers are struggling out there in this country?
9 to 5ers are struggling.
Of course.
They are struggling now.
Entrepreneurs.
No, 9 to 5ers are struggling, man. See, as a 9 to 5, you know how many years you will work for a company for you to be able to even see money to build a house, to start up a building, or even say, let me buy, unless the company decides to give you a car and like buy a house under your name and you'll be working for them and be, paying them back. But if to say like you're to do all those things with your salary, it is impossible. But as an entrepreneur, I can do that for myself.
for how long?
See,
You still need to build a structure for yourself. Do you get? You still need to build a structure for yourself, because this is what we are talking about. You need to grow to that level that you'll be able to know that, okay, with what I'm making monthly or daily from this business.
I know a woman, and she was viral online some months ago. Was it last year or some years? I know you must have come across that. She used akara, frying akara. To build house.
To build house. Yeah, I heard of that too.
She's an entrepreneur.
I heard of that.
So what do you have to like? How can you even like complain that she used akara, frying of akara to do that? You're saying you must have structurized doing this, do that. You just have to know what you are. You know the kind of business you're setting up. Your aim, have visions. Know how to cut money, cut costs. This one you're doing it. Nobody's paying you. It's your money. You're setting up yourself. Give yourself 1 year, 2 years with God's grace. You already build money. You make your money. You build house. You buy car.
A year and 2 years will not give you that wealth.
How many years do you think she fried that car for her to build house?
Do you know how?
How many years?
That's over 10 years.
Who told you?
Investigate. That woman has been there when I should be in primary school. That's years. What are you saying? And I know there's money there. But investigate very well. I should be in nursery school or primary school when that woman must have started that business. But anyway, it's good. It's a fact that entrepreneurs too have high potential of generating wealth than 9-to-5ers. But then there are levels to this. There are categories to this. On the other hand, 9-to-5ers actually, you just know that you are in a structured job. You have HMO, you have a constant pay. You know, at the end of the month, this money is coming in. As an entrepreneur, on the other hand, you're not even certain of what your turnover is going to be the next month. You're not even certain of economic policies. You're not even certain of interests and then loans you take here and there to even start up your business.
So you are advising people to go for 9-to-5 and just work for people to extort from them. They will take your time, take everything that is there with you as a youth. They will take it from you and give you chicken change. I will never advise anybody for that.
I won't advise anyone to go into 9-to-5 at full time. But what I'm saying is, to make a sustainable wealth, you will need a 9-to-5
to start up. Then along the line, you resign.
Not entirely resigning. Not entirely resigning. You can still make financial investments. You don't really have to resign. If you feel you want to resign, maybe you want to start up a business.
If you take me, I'm not going to resign. I will not resign. I'm not going to resign. No.
Let your employer see you and know that you're planning on resigning soon.
I'm not. Please, I am not.
So, but it's not. You could stay on your job and still grow wealth, because there are other investments you can also invest. You can invest into businesses as well and make out what you want to make out. Do you get? Yeah. So it's both ways actually. And then the thing is that I think most persons I've seen people that will tell you that they don't know how to start up a business, but they can sustain it. Those are the people that will give in their best in working for others, and they will do so very good with it than starting their own business. There's this category of persons too that feel, I cannot work for anybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's possible for me, if it's possible, unless Shell now want to like employ me, then I'll go. I'll feel like Dangote. I'll go.
Even with Shell, you still need to grow to that level where you could say that you're financially stable.
Because I don't have revenue for myself now. I'm just saying, for people that don't have revenues for themselves,
startups.
Don't say you not go for 9-to-5. You just start from somewhere.
Just start from somewhere.
Even lecturers in schools, they make a lot of money. So time is up. Before our director, we are off the mic on us. So choose.
All right. So this brings us to the end of our conversation for today. I hope you've learned as entrepreneur out there or as a 9-to-5er out there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. Please kindly engage, comment, like, and share.
And share.
See you next time.
Same time, same channel.
Cheers. I'm Jules and
Naomi.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.